Assalamualaikum students. Today we are going to start with our 31st lecture of Information Technology, chapter number 3, Advanced Javascript. Today's topic is number object. Okay, we have already seen few objects like string object, right? So now today we are going to start with number object. In number object we are going to see few properties and methods of number object. Okay, now what are the properties we are going to see? We are going to see three properties: min value, max value and NaN. These are three values or three properties of number object. Then we will see methods of number object. We are going to see isInteger method, parseInt method, parseFloat method and isFixed method. It is the fourth method is toFixed method. Okay, now we will start it one by one. First we will see the properties. First property is min value. Why we are using min value? This min value returns, this property will return the lowest possible number in JavaScript. Okay, it will return the lowest number in JavaScript. See the example where x is equal to number dot min value. This number is the object name and min value is the property. So it will return the lowest number in JavaScript, that is 5 exponential of minus 324. This is the lowest number in JavaScript. It will return the lowest number in JavaScript. Now next one is max value. Now this will return the largest possible positive number that JavaScript can work with. Okay, so here x is equal to number dot max value. This is the property of number object. Okay, so it will return the number 1.7976. This is the number which is going to be returned by the max value property. Okay, this is the number with which the JavaScript will deal with. Okay, now next is NaN property. What this property will do? This NaN property is a value representing not a number. Okay, this NaN is not a number. Okay, if the given value is not a number, then it will return NaN. It is mostly used to check the conditions. It indicates that the given value is not a number. Okay, we use this NaN mostly in checking the conditions. Now we are going to see the methods. First method is isInteger. This isInteger method will return whether the entered value is integer or not. It will return the boolean value true or false. If the returned value is integer, okay, if the entered value is integer, then it will return true. If it is not integer, then it will return false. Okay, so it will return boolean values. See the example, number dot integer. Okay, this is the first example, number dot isInteger 1 2 3. Is it a number? Is it an integer value? Yes, it is an integer value, right? So it will return true. Okay, the output will be true. Then second one is number dot isInteger minus 1 2 3. Is it an integer value? Yes, it is an integer value, so it will return true again because it is an integer value, right? Now third value is 123.5. This is not an integer value. This is a decimal point number which is called as floating point number, right? So it is not an integer value, so it will return false. Okay, it will return false. Now next one is 1 2 3 in double quotes. As we all know that whatever we write in double quotes in JavaScript, it will be considered as a constant value, or you can say the string, right? So it is not an integer value, it is a string value, or you can say the constant value. So it is false, it will return false. Now next one is number dot isInteger. Number dot isInteger into the bracket 1 2 3 plus 2. the output of this 1, 2, 3 plus 2 is an integer value, right? So it will return true. It will return 1, 2, 5, which is an integer value. So the value returned from this expression is true. Got it? Now 0 divided by 0, it will return false because it is not an integer value. Okay, then A, B, C, it is a false value. A, B, C, again in single quote, whatever you write in single quote or double quote, it will be considered as a string value or a constant value, right? So it is false. Understood this? So this is all about is integer method. Got it? It will return this is integer value will return either true or false depending on the value entered by the user. Okay, if the value entered by the user is integer value, then it will return true. If the value entered by the user is not integer value, then it will return false. Got it? Now we will move to the next method. The next method is toFixed method. Okay, what is this toFixed method? This toFixed method will convert the number into a string, rounding to a specified number of decimal. Say for example, this is the number. Okay, here we will take one number as an example. Num is equal to 123.446789. Now what I am supposed to do, I am supposed to check, I am supposed to fix the numbers. Okay, toFixed, I am not writing any number here inside the as a parameter inside the brackets. That means here we are taking 0 value. Okay, so if we are not giving any value here, then it will return only the whole number before the decimal point. Whatever is there before the decimal point, it will return as it is. Okay, now next one is 1. That means it will return the value first value after the decimal point. Only one value it will return after the decimal point. See, for example, here we are taking toFixed 1, right? Num dot toFixed 1, where num is this value dot toFixed 1. That means it will return 123.4. Correct? It will return 123.4. After decimal point, it will return only one value. Why? Because we have written 1 here, right? So if we are writing 1, then it will return the 1 value after the decimal point. Now num dot toFixed 2, what it will return? It will return the 2 decimal point values. Okay, 123.44. Here it will round the value because it is greater than 5, right? So it will round the value and it will return 45 at the end. 123.45, it will return 123.45. After decimal point, it will return 2 values and it will round the values and then it will display the value. Okay, then num dot toFixed 3, here num dot toFixed 3, it will return 3 decimal points value. Okay, after decimal point, it will return 3 values, 4, 4, 6, 7, right? There is a 7, so it will round this and it will return 4, 4, 7. Got it? Now we will see the next parseInt method. This is a method, parseInt method. In this parseInt method, what we are going to do? We are going to parse, or we are going to convert the value and we are going to return an integer value. Okay, we are getting the integer value from this. See the example, parseInt 10. If I am passing the number 10, which is in double quotes, it is a string value, right? So when we are passing it or when we are converting it into integer, it will remove all the double quotes. It will convert this string value into integer value and will return the output like this. See, this is an integer value, right? So it will remove this double quotes. It will convert this string into integer and it will return the integer value as a result or as an output. Got it? Now second value is we are passing 10.123 in double quotes. Again it is a string value. 10.123 is a string value, right? Because it is enclosed in double quotes. See here, it is enclosed in double quotes, so it is a string value, as well as it is a floating point number. It is a decimal point number, right? So what it will do, it will first convert this string value into integer value. If we are going to convert this into integer value, then it will remove all the decimal point number and it will display only the whole number here, correct? So parseInt 10.123 will return 10 as an output. Okay, so we are getting 10 as a result. Then parseInt 20 space 30 space 40. We are having 3 numbers inside the double quotes. Again, it is a string value, correct? It will convert this string value and it will display the first integer value from the string. Okay, what is the first integer value is 20, so it will return 20 as an output. It will remove all this 30 and 40 because space is there, right? Special character is there, so it will avoid that special character and it will display only 20. Got it? Now next one is parseInt 123.12. Here again it is a floating point number. It is not a string, it is a floating point number, right? See, there is no double quotes or single quote, so it is a floating point number. This method will convert this floating point number into integer number and it will return 123 as an output. Got it? It will return 123 as an output because it is a floating point number, so it will remove that decimal point number and it will directly display the whole number on the screen. Now next one is parseInt A10. parseInt A10. Here it is in double quotes, but the starting value is an alphabet, correct? So this will return NaN. What is the full form of NaN? Not a number. So it will return not a number as an output. Okay, because the first value is A. Here the first value is 20, correct? Which is an integer value. But here the first value is A. A is not an integer. We cannot convert this A into integer, correct? So it will return the output as NaN. That is not a number. Okay, see the use of NaN here. What NaN stands for? Not a number, because this A is not a number, correct? So it will return as NaN. Now see this example, 15 apples. Here alphabets are there, but before this we are having 15, the digits are there, oh, right? So the starting value is digit. It will take the starting value, the digits, and it will convert it into integer and then it will display the value 15 as an output. See it once. See this. The parseInt method converts the value and it will return an integer value as an output. Okay, it will convert or parses the value and it will return an integer value as an output. Okay, see the example one more time. parseInt 10 in double quotes. Here it is a constant value. It will convert this constant value into integer value, as these are digits, right? So it will convert these digits into integer and it will display that digit on the screen. So 10 will be the result of this parseInt method. Okay, now see the second example, 10.123. Here digits are there, but there is a decimal point, right? So decimal, after the decimal point, whatever value will be, it will avoid those value and it will convert only the starting values before the decimal point. Whatever digits will be there, it will convert those digits into integer value and then it will display it on the screen. Okay, now parseInt 20 space 30 space 40. Space is in special character, right? So it will find the starting digits. What are the starting digits here? 20, right? After this, a special character is there, so it will avoid the values after the special character, including the special character, and it will display only the digits. Okay, it will convert the digits into integer. 20 is there, right, which is in string format, so it will convert this 20 into integer, and then it will display this integer value on the screen. Okay, then next example is parseInt 123 dot 12 123.12. okay, what is this? It is a floating point number, not a string. It is a floating point number. Okay, decimal point number is this, right? So it will convert this decimal point number into integer number. It will remove all this value after the decimal point, and it will take this as a whole value and will convert it into integer and will display it on the screen as 123. Got it? Now see here, it, as I already told you, that it will take the starting digits, right? Here the starting value is an alphabet, not a digit, so it will avoid it and it will return NaN as an output. What is NaN? Not a number. NaN stands for not a number. Okay, then see this example, 15 apples. These are the alphabets, but before this we are having digits, right? So it will convert this digit into integer value and will display it as an output. So 15 will be the output of this. Okay, so we will move to the next method, that is parseFloat method. In parseInt method we are converting the values into integer. In parseFloat method we are converting the value into floating point number, or you can say the decimal point numbers. Okay, now see the examples. parseFloat 10.123, it will return the floating point number, right? So here it will convert this value. It is a string value, as it is enclosed in double quotes. It is a string value, correct? So it will convert this string value into floating point number, and it will display this floating point number in the output as a output. Okay, then parseFloat 10, there is no decimal point number, but 10 is there. So after 10 there is a decimal point and 0, right? So there is no value of that 0 after decimal point, so it will display only 10 as an output. Now parseFloat 20, 30 and 40, again it is a string, right? It will convert the starting value into floating point number 20.00. So what will be the output? 20 will be the output, right? So it will display that 20 as an output. Okay, now 123.12, 123.12, it is already a decimal point number, so it will return the same number as an output. Okay, again A10, it is a string value but not starting with the digits, it is starting with alphabet, so it will return NaN, that is not a number. Remember this, not a number. It will return this as an output because the starting value is not a digit. Okay, now next, 15 apples. Now see, 15 apples, apples are the alphabets, right? But 15 are the digits, right? So it will convert this 15 into floating point number, so we will get 15.00, correct? But 15.00, so it will display it 15 as an output. Okay, it will avoid that 0.00 value and it will display only 15 on the screen. Now next is 80.55 percentage sign. Now this sign is a special character, so it will avoid the special character and it will display only 80.55 as an output. It will convert it into floating point number and will display it as an output on the screen. So 80.55 will be your output. Got it? See it again. parse float method. What parse float method will do? The parse float method. Parse float, F will be in capital letter and remaining letters will be in small letter. Parse float method will parses or converts the value into floating point number and will display the floating point number as an output. Okay, now see the example one more time. Parse float 10.123. 10.123. It is in double quotes. This value is enclosed in double quotes, but it is a floating point number, right? So it will convert it into floating point number and will display 10.123 as an output. Okay, 10 here. The return value will be 10.00. So it will avoid that 0.00 and will display directly the whole value, that is 10, as an output. Okay. Now here 20 space 30 space 40. The space is the special character, right? Space is the special character. So it will avoid that space. It will take the value before that space as a floating point value. It will convert it into floating point. So we will get 20.00. So it will avoid that 0.00 value and will display only 20 as an output. Okay. This value 123.12, it is already a floating point value, right? So it will display this value as it is on the screen, 123.12. Now see this example, A10. Here A is an alphabet. We are having digits but after the alphabet. In this beginning of this value we are not having any digit, so it will not be able to convert this A into floating point value, right? So it will return an AN, that is not a number, as an output. Now next is 15 apples. Now this 15 is the digit, right? It will convert this 15 and will avoid that apples, which are characters. It will avoid it and will take this 15, will convert into floating point number, that is 15.00, and will remove that 0.00 value and will display this 15 as an output on the screen. Now next is 80.55 percentage sign, right? This percentage sign is a special character. So it will avoid this special character. It will take the digits, okay, and will convert it into floating point number, that is 80.55. So it will display 80.55 as an output. Okay. Now today we have discussed about number object, properties and methods. We have seen three properties: min value, max value and NA. Min value is the minimum possible value in JavaScript. Max value will return the maximum positive possible values in JavaScript. Okay. Then NaN. What this NaN means? Not a number. We are using this in, mostly we are using this NaN property in conditions. To check the conditions we are using this. Okay. And if any value is not a number, then we are getting this NaN as a result or as an output. Correct? In previous example we have seen this. See this? NaN, we are getting this as an output. Why? Because this value, the given value, is not a number. So we are getting the value as NaN, that is not a number. Then we have seen methods of number object. First method is integer. This integer method will convert the value or will check whether the entered value is integer or not. This integer method will check whether the entered value is integer or not. If the entered value is integer, it will return true. If the entered value is not integer value, then it will return false. So it will return Boolean value, true or false. Okay. Then we have seen parseInt method. This parseInt method will convert the entered value into integer value and will return the integer value as an output. Okay. Then parsefloat. This parsefloat method will convert the entered value into floating point or decimal point number and will return the floating point number as an output. Now, to fixed method will return the string that represent a number with exact digits, okay, after the decimal point. We are going to fix the number after the decimal point, okay. So it will first convert it into whole number and then it will display the output. I hope you have understood all these methods and properties. Thank you so much. We are going to stop here.